So there is a blessing that is typical of a Jewish tradition. Before you eat, you bless the bread. A meal is not considered complete unless it has bread in the Jewish tradition. So they always do this blessing. Part of the idea behind it is that we're so lucky to have food, and there's so much work that goes into getting food that we're very lucky to have it come across our table and to be thankful for it every time that we can have it. Um, so I want to try walking closer here. Let's see if the mic will keep going. And it works. That was a leap of faith.
No, not really.
So the prayer itself, the translation of it is, blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, that brings forth bread from the earth. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Thank you for everyone who comes to celebrate with us and eat with us.
Hi, everybody. I'm Max. I'm the father of the bride. And I'm going to make a few preliminary comments if I can get this together. So, I want to welcome you all. I want to welcome all our family, friends, physicians, and physicists. You're all very wonderful people. I want to especially thank my wife, Ruth, of 32 years, 32 long years, who's an amazing partner and a wonderful mother. So we've all been through a really challenging year, and we're still in the process of going through that. And as a result, there are people that were unable to attend the wedding that really wanted to be here. Much of my family that live on the West Coast were unable to attend, but one very special member of our family, Samantha, could you stand up for a second? Came all the way from Los Angeles to represent the Suberi clan. So thank you very much. So we've hosted many events here over the years, but this is clearly the most special of all the events we've ever had. Ruth and I are truly honored that Lexi and Brian asked us to host the wedding, and also truly honored that many of you have traveled so far to celebrate this beautiful moment. I was given some excellent advice by Lexi's college girlfriends just the other night to make you cry, make you laugh, and make this short. It's a tall order, I know. As a child, Lexi was stubborn and sometimes sad, but she was always curious, not only of the small world that she inhabited, but of the horizons beyond. Upon graduation of high school, she traveled halfway around the world to serve children in Nepal and spent 2 years discovering the meaning of service and the meaning of privilege. Upon her return, she zeroed in on medicine, and like everything else, she gave it her all. I'm amazed at the friends she's made along the way and have grown to love many of them. Many of them really feel at home here, and that's a great honor. Look around you and say hello to someone that you may not have yet met, because this group is truly special You're chosen to be here by two remarkable human beings. Brian and I have grown to love one another with each encounter more and more, and know that he is a man of integrity, passion, and brilliance, and your star is shining bright tonight. I have also grown to love your family, from whom you've inherited the fabric of your character. Dee Dee and Joe have done a remarkable job of raising you three boys, and they can't get enough of you. But we'll work out the details of the holidays down the road, okay? So let me close with some great advice I heard from Marshall, who's sitting at our table over there. Remember these three things, and your life will be meaningful beyond measure. Be kind, be kind, be kind. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm. Give them a hand as they come forward. They're going to eat first, and then after that, we're going to do this in some orderly fashion, I believe.
Table 1 and 2. You got it? You have one and two of the family. All right, table 1 and table 2. You can go ahead and line up. Go ahead and come up for dinner.
Well, hello everyone. My name is Joe McPeak, and I am the father of the groom. Today, it is my happy privilege to lead us all in a toast to the newly married couple, Brian and Lexi. But first, I'd like to start with some thanks. I'd like to thank Ruth and Max for hosting us in their lovely home. It would really be hard to imagine a perfect setting for an occasion like this. Thank you to Maxine for officiating and leading us in such a beautiful ceremony. Thank you to everyone who helped plan, organize, and execute this event. It was truly a major undertaking that took the support and hard work of brothers, family, and friends to bring us all such an amazing weekend. And thanks to all of you for being here today, and more importantly, for investing into the lives of Lexi and Brian over many years to help shape them into the excellent man and woman that they've become. So, as the father of the groom, I realize there may be people here that don't know Brian very well. This may sound biased, but I would suggest, if you're one of those people, that you work hard to change that. Brian is a good person to know. He's kind, thoughtful, intelligent, funny, and accepting. Brian has a way of making people feel good about themselves. And I think as a result that people want to be around him. Being able to say that I am Brian's father is one of my biggest bragging rights in life. But today I am so thrilled to be able to say that you are officially my daughter. I could go on about how beautiful you are and intelligent and accomplished. And all those things are wonderful and delightful. But I think the thing I love most about you is how much you love Brian. I, like few others, know how special Brian is. And knowing that you see that too and cherish it is a source of great joy for me. Now, while preparing for this toast, I came to a realization about myself. I'm not by nature a very introspective person. However, an occasion like this can't help but cause one to reflect on his own life and history. I remember my own wedding to Dee Dee 31 years ago. The ceremony at the church, Dee Dee walking down the aisle, my dad reading from the Bible, and that reception on an extremely hot day in June with a bunch of wild 25-year-olds dancing and carrying on like crazy people to celebrate. Looking back on that day, I realized that I had no idea of the blessings that would follow it. An excellent marriage to a wonderful partner, a home, 3 sons that grew from little boys into good, strong men in the blink of an eye, 3 good dogs and a bad one, fun and fellowship with family in life's big events and small ones, and God willing, many blessings still to come. And that's the thought that leads me to my toast. So ladies and gentlemen, would you please raise your glasses and join me? To Brian and Lexi, a newly minted married couple. May they one day together look back on today as the beginning of an amazing adventure filled with countless blessings yet to be imagined.
Okay, so last I just wanted to take a moment to say some thank yous. I wanted to thank everyone for making this happen. We are so honored that you have all taken the time to be here this weekend. It's such a pleasure to see so many people that we know and that we love, our family, friends, people we grew up with, people we went to school with, and a lot of people that we were really happy to be meeting for the first time. I also wanted to take a chance to welcome to the party some of the people who really wanted to make it tonight but couldn't, including my grandmother Evelyn, the Suberries, Saul, Dana, Bobby, Barbara, Judy, Patrick, Adam, Mariah, and Danielle, and Russ, and the Twombly's, Bob, Judy, Bobby, and Laura, and countless others who might be watching this right now. Hello, and we can't wait to celebrate with you in person sometime soon. I also wanted to take a moment to honor some of the people that we wish could be here with us, but we wish were still alive to be here with us, but aren't. These include my grandfather, Joseph McPeak, my other grandfather, Larry Jeffers, my uncle, Philip Jeffers, and Lexi's grandmother and grandfather, Hava and David Suberry. These people are part of our lives and our families' lives, and in different ways, they're responsible for who we are. Thank you also to Maxine for that beautiful ceremony. Thank you so much to Nathan, Jess, Jason, Ethan, Vivi, and Wendy for a ton of work helping us prepare this week. And thank you to my parents, Joe and Dee Dee, for helping with so many details throughout the process and for hosting the party yesterday. And finally, I wanted to thank Lexi's parents, Ruth and Max. We are so fortunate to have such a great place to celebrate our wedding. I mean, just look around. It's just incredible. Max and Ruth worked tirelessly to make this wedding a reality. I mean, like for the last year, they've just been working nonstop, and it was a really special weekend for us, and it wouldn't have been possible without them. So I wanted to thank them for that, and personally, I wanted to thank them for making such a great daughter. Which is actually the best thing they did for me. So, thank you. Let's celebrate. So a couple of people have asked us if they could give a speech, and I think if anyone wants to, go for it. Please.
First up to the mic, Wolfie, Brian's college roommate.
Hello. I'm Ophir, and I was Brian's roommate in college. Thank you so much to the Suberys and the McPeaks for having and inviting us to a lovely wedding. Brian and Lexi were two of my best friends in undergrad. Some academics have a dream of having something eponymous, something named after them. Like Newton or Kepler have their 3 laws of physics. Well, at least for us, for me, Brian can already claim to have 2. The first one is Brian questions. These are would you rather type questions that not related to quiz bowl questions, but he would ask me and Scott, who's over there, question like, would you rather, eat this thing of salt or this thing of pepper or whatever it was? And being the humorless person that I am, I always refuse to answer with a look of disapproval. And the second thing is Brian's house. After we were roommates in college, I continued to live in the same house, but people still refer to it as Brian's house. Even Joe, Brian's dad, asked me yesterday if I still live at Brian's house. And quiz bowl players on teams across the country know about Brian's house too, since they came to many parties hosted there. And anyway, mazel tov and congratulations.
Like this. Hello everyone, my name is Chris Barnes. I was Brian's roommate the second year of graduate school. I was the first person who he lived with in Ann Arbor who he knew before he started living with them. So I suppose that's some sort of honor. So I say this on behalf of the University of Michigan Physics PhD program seated in the back on the right-hand side. In front of them. So, Brian has the effect of making people be the best version of themselves. There are several people at the table who he convinced to start working out again. Another classmate and I would work on problem sets with Brian in a notoriously difficult course in the Physics PhD program. And Brian, you really put the team on your back, okay? You would figure out the physics and I would crunch the numbers. I mean, that's what it was. And I remember the first time I met Lexi, it was when we were preparing for quals first year, and I walked into my office and And I met this person who Brian had described to me in detail before, and I was blown away with how nice she was. And then I found out she was applying to MD PhD programs, and so then I was like, wow, she's really smart too. And then Brian and I started living together, and so I'm more of a morning person and he isn't, that's been noted before. And whenever I'd come into the apartment and he was talking to someone on the phone, I would always be like, hey Brian, like, who are you talking to? And he'd always be like, oh, like he'd come over the phone and be like, oh, I'm talking to Lexi. And eventually I just like stopped asking because I knew who he was talking to. And Brian didn't always do the best job of like updating me with when like things would happen, like when Lexi would come to visit, but it was always a pleasant surprise when she was there. I remember one time, Lexi, I bombed a test and I come in and I was just distraught and I didn't know you were coming because Brian didn't tell me. But like I walked in and I saw your smiling face and that, you know, made me like feel so much better. And one thing that I like to do, like in my physics speech, the last thing I'll say is I like to ask people, what gives you fire in the blood and light in the eye? That was my go-to quote. And Brian, for you, you never answered it for me, but now I know what the answer is. It's Lexi. So, thank you. It's so great to know you both as friends. And I'm so lucky to be a part of this celebration, and you're going to have a great life together. So, thank you.
Yeah, top that.
Anybody ready to dance?
My name is Wendy, Aunt Wendy, which is a misnomer because I'm not actually Lexi's aunt. I was Nathan and Lexi's babysitter, and I have successfully avoided public speaking my entire adult life, but I'm doing this for you, Lex and Brian. And I want full disclosure, I'm picturing you all naked. I googled it and said that would help you. So, as Lexi's babysitter, nanny, or Ruth's friend that paid me to play with her, I have many, many, many fun, wonderful memories of my time with both Nathan and Lexi, but they only gave me 20 minutes to speak, so I'm going to pick my favorites. And my favorite actually would be this past week with Brian and Lexi, Max and Ruth and Nathan, the planning and organizing and hanging penises and any pictures. So I don't have any advice. I'm always hesitant to give people advice, but I will. This is specific for Brian and Lexi for a happy marriage. Do not go on long car rides eating Blueberry Nature Nutri-Grain bars. Shop for refrigerators together because Lexi's very specific about refrigerators apparently. And probably 1,000 other things, but just be as happy today. Listen, love, speak. Just stay happy. I love you both.
So I have known and loved the McPeaks as long as I can remember. Brian specifically was also great support for me in high school. I loved Lexi when I met her, and I love her even more the more I get to know her. So I like writing songs. I was driving here, I wrote a little song for Brian and Lexi. So it goes, Lexi and Brian, you both are trying to accomplish incredible things. And now we all know it's true, you're better as two. And now with the exchanging of rings, you took a beautiful thing, you made it permanent. Yeah, you're better together, it's true. So Lexi and Brian, here's to you.
Lexi and Brian, are you ready to party? All right, I'm going to turn this back over to the DJ.
Excellent, excellent. All right, now we need very strong gestures. Pick them up. Let's go. Get them in the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that declares the dance floor officially open. I have some must plays that I have to get through, but if you got something you want to hear, if I got it, you'll hear it.